It's on the road we go, from the highways to Batagri, and on to Portugal, 'cause we're Celtic forever, the boys in green and white, Celtic forever.
Drops the Spittle on the edge though, who gets it back in the box, takes a few touches, gets the strike away, scored! Blair Spittle has scored on the death for Motherwell. They've been brilliant all afternoon. It looked as if the heart had been ripped out of them with Palmer's goal, but Blair Spittle has shifted it out his feet and found the bottom corner. It is Motherwell 1, Celtic 1. Is there time for yet another twist in this dramatic game at Fir Park? Good challenge from Spencer. Taylor, infield to Turnbull. McGregor across to Phillips. He's got space to move into Nat Phillips. He's up 30 yards from the Motherwell goal. Taylor crosses it in to the back post where O'Reilly's waiting! Matt O'Reilly has won it with the last kick of the game for Celtic. It's absolutely incredible scenes here at Fir Park. They can't believe it. They're strewn all over their own penalty area. But Matt O'Reilly, surely now, has won it at the back post for Celtic. Motherwell cannot believe it. It's Motherwell 1, Celtic 2.
Hello everybody, this is Xander from the Celtic Forever podcast, and I'm with John today to discuss today's game. Motherwell versus Celtic finished Motherwell 1, Celtic 2. Tired after that game, John? What did you think it?
It was just one of the games, isn't it? Horrible to watch. No much happening in front of goal, really. And a terrific ending, of course. So it was horrible to watch, and then at the end, you get the ecstasy. It's one of the games I love. That's just the perfect game for me.
It's one of the games that's no good for the old heart. You know, it was stressful watching that. I thought, don't get me wrong, it was enjoyable as well. It was one of the best endings to a game that I've saw in years. But it was stressful watching it. But we'll go through the game bit by bit. It's obviously been a good day for Celtic. Look, if you look at the headlines there, Celtic going 7 points clear, and the Rangers losing 3-1 to Aberdeen as well. Couldn't ask for a better day, could you?
Perfect. As the song says, it's such a perfect day. I wasn't expecting much for Aberdeen today. I fancied them for a wee draw rate enough. I thought if anybody's got a chance at Ibrox for a draw or something, it's Aberdeen, and they just went that step better, didn't they? 3-1.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
I never saw any. I just heard the result. You know. Actually, how I found out about the result was I was watching the telly and I heard fireworks going off.
All right.
So I said there must be something going on. I checked the score. Sure enough, it was 2-0 to Aberdeen. So thanks for whoever set off the fireworks. Gave us a wee heads up. Celtic 7 points clear.
It was my dad sent me a text message, and it says 2-0, but I didn't know who it was 2-0 to. I thought usually when he sends me a message, it's good news. So I put it on, and it was 2-0, and I put it on. As soon as I put it on, Rangers scored 2-1. I was like, oh, every time I do it, I told you that before, every single time. But no long after that, Aberdeen got up the park and score, make it 3-1.
Yeah, it was good day. But we're here to talk about the Celtic game, which was very exciting, very interesting game. So we'll start, and I'm going to start with the high foot on Rio Hatate, John, the free kick, the high foot. The kick that nearly took Rio Hatate's eyeball. Does it take a foul like that before a player gets booked? Because there was a tackle on Maeda, nothing given, tackle on O'Reilly, tackle on Scales, another tackle on Hatate, another tackle on Scales, and not one of the players didn't even get spoken to. But it took a dangerous high foot on Hatate before the player gets booked.
Slattery. It was. No apology, by the way, may I add. Kicks the guy in the head, busts his nose and his eye open. No even an apology, just walks away from it. When these Japan players, every single one of them, they're all gentlemen. If they think they've even made slight contact with a player, they're not apologising, helping them away to their feet or whatever. Motherwell player Slattery kicks a guy in the head, busts his nose, busts his eye, just gets up, just walks away. Nothing. Doesn't care, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting. Just disgusting. To me, that I don't think it was a red card right enough. Because Hatate he's put his head down the way to try and header it. The boy's feet is a wee bit high. But at the very least it was a yellow card, and I think it was disgusting that he just walked away for that. That's the thing that annoyed me with it.
The chances were few and far between the day, John, weren't they?
It wasn't a great game, to be honest with you. It was just huffing and puffing for Celtic, and I wasn't expecting Motherwell to park the bus like that. I was not expecting it.
I thought we were in total control of the game. Young had his shot in 15 minutes. There was a header for Scales in 20 minutes. There was a shot for Kyogo in the 33rd minute. So we were peppering the goal with some shots, but there was nothing really troubling their goalkeeper. And then we have another Matt O'Reilly shot in the 44th minute. Goes over the bar. The Motherwell have a chance in the 48th minute. It goes by the post. And then there's a header just before half-time for Lager Bielke. That was the chances. Nothing really troubling their goalkeeper. What did you think of Celtic's chances in the first half, John?
I think they had one shot on target the whole half.
That was a 46 minute they had a chance. That was it.
But it's absolutely terrible in the first half. I think what Celtic won I'm not saying the team were terrible. Just the amount of shots, chances created was terrible because there wasn't much happening at all. Shooting was poor. But a pretty dreadful first half, really. Just boring, just passing it about, trying to break Wadden. No Celtic's fault that Motherwell are born us all, I just wasn't expecting Motherwell to play like that. I was thought Motherwell being a kind of formed team, I thought they were going to come out and have a go. They normally do at Fir Park. They normally do come out and have a go.
Mm-hmm.
But they parked the bus like every other team in the league.
Yeah. What did you think of Yang's performance in the first half? We'll go through the individual players, but Yang stood out for me. I thought he was sort of no hiding, but he was no getting involved in the game, I don't think.
He wasn't great, was he? He wasn't great. I can't really say much about him. I don't want to say anything bad about the boy, but he just didn't have a great game at all. Yang, no, he never. I think he had a couple of shots out of the bar, or one shot out of the bar, or something like that.
Well, you've got to tell the truth. You've got to tell the truth. He never came out in the second half. That tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it?
Aye, yeah, he didn't come out. I mean, if that was Turnbull, I suppose we'd be getting stuck in. But no, he didn't have a good game. Can't see any more than that, Vander. That's just a fact. He had a poor game.
Right, so Forrest comes on from the start of the second half, and I thought Forrest, he looked okay when he came on. He never gave the ball away or anything like that, so he looked okay. And then we move on to the 54th minute with a shocking tackle on Dazamida. It was a red card all day, I thought. The player got a yellow card. Did you see that tackle?
You're right, Mike. O'Donnell goes in on Maeda. He chased him for 20 yards. That's the one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He chased him for about 20 yards and then hacked him down from behind.
He did, aye. It was a red card all day.
Aye. That's the one I was thinking about. Aye. That was a shocking challenge, by the way. Because what he's done, Maeda's obviously annoyed him. He's got away from him. He's chased Maeda down for 20 yards just to do that. So it was a deliberate foul. It was a deliberate hack. Studs down the back of the leg, right in through the back. Nothing. Just a yellow card. That was a shocking decision, Alexander. That was terrible. That was a red all day in my eyes.
Yeah, couldn't agree more with you, John. That was disgusting tackle. And he walks away with a yellow card. So, excuse me. We move on to Maeda's chance in the 59th minute. Just a shot by the post. Nothing that was going to trouble their goalkeeper again. That seemed to happen most of the game until we get to the bit we're going to come to. All the chances were either going all the bar into the keeper's hands or past the post. Then we make another substitute. Excuse me. Then we make another substitute. We've got Phillips on for Lagerbielke. I think Lagerbielke gave the ball away a few times, didn't he?
Aye. I think when Phillips came on, I thought, I want to see this guy. It's because I've got a feeling when Carter Vickers comes back, it's going to be him and Carter Vickers as the main two defenders. But I don't know. We'll get to point scoring on players later. But Lagerbielke coming off, he didn't really do much. He wasn't really called to do much, was he?
No, but I thought his distribution again was poor, John. I thought I counted 3 times he passed the ball straight to a Motherwell player. So that's not good enough.
Aye, I was expecting Murphy.
He's got to improve his distribution.
Aye. Well, I didn't think he had a terrible game. He did okay. So, but there was no moments where I thought I was shouting at the telly or anything. But I think he did okay, I suppose. He wasn't great. He did okay.
Yeah. So Phillips comes on, and for me, he sort of shores up the defence a bit better. And then Ben pulls off a save on the 70th minute. That was a good with his legs. Did you see that one? Obviously, you've seen the whole game. That was a good save, wasn't it, John? That was a brilliant save. That was at nothing each. That kept us in the game.
Aye. I think Ben had a really good game today, actually. I think he performed well, Ben. But the problem I've got with him is he's just... You look at him between the sticks, he looks like a Wainstone in there, he's tiny.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't fill the goal. He hasn't got a presence.
This doesn't fill me with confidence when I see a goalkeeper that height.
I'm the same. I thought he'd done well today. I thought he'd done really well, actually. Then we've got the subs. Another 3 subs came on. Came on for Kyogo. Turnbull came on for Hatate. And Palmer came on for Maeda. So we got to skip to the 82nd minute. Turnbull has a shot. He's on for 5 minutes, has a shot, it goes over the bar. And then we get a minute later to Forrest Sitter, the header. Great cross from Palmer, straight to Forrest's head. And what does he do with it?
Straight at the keeper.
Right, straight at the keeper. A total, nobody near him. Hit it to your left, hit it to your right. You've scored yourself a goal, put you in the lead, but not right to the goalkeeper. That was a bad miss, I thought, John.
I think Jamesy Forrest, he's not known for his heading ability, is he, really? But see a chance like that, Xander, a 5-year-old could have put that away. I'm not being funny there, but I'm not a 5-year-old, but you know what I mean. Let's just say somebody that plays football down the park every weekend or whatever. That was a sitter and a half. You've got to put that away, ain't you? You've got to put that away.
100%. Yeah, that was... when that header went into the keeper's hands, I thought, we're not scoring today. That was my automatic thought. Because there was only, 7 minutes to go in the game. And Forrest, as you say, he's no great with the head anyway, but to miss that was unforgivable, I thought. Until the 87th minute, Palmer steps up. I think it was looking like a cross, wasn't it? And the ball goes into the back of the net. He puts us 1-0 up. Lovely strike when you look at it in the replay. Puts us 1-0 up. You'll take that all day, John.
Oh, all day, Xander. I mean, like you says, it looked like he was trying to cross the ball. I don't think that was a shot. Because when it showed you the replay from behind the goal, you could see him jumping up and he wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was expecting it. Well, maybe he did mean it. Who knows? But if you watch the replay again, you'll see the angle from behind the goal. He wasn't expecting that to get in the net, of course. But and it went. Who cares? 1-0. And all I'm saying is, if he meant that was a strike and a half.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was 3 minutes to go, John. You're thinking to yourself, that's it. Points are in the bag. Just hold on to the ball. We'll be okay. And then you've got the career-ending tackle on Greg Taylor from Spencer.
I see.
How are these players getting away with these? How are they getting away with these tackles? How is it allowed to happen in a football park? These tackles. That was a shocking tackle on Greg Taylor.
So there's 2 tackles that stood out today, and that's the 2 of them we've mentioned now. The first one, obviously, Maeda. O'Donnell chases him down, tries to snap his leg from behind. But that one still sticks out to me, to be honest with you, is under that one in my either, because he chased him, he hunted him down to do that. Deliberate as you like, right through the back, yellow card. Didn't make sense, but the one in Taylor, that was shocking. That was a whole body, knee and everything right into him. Knocks him flying. Like you says, career-ending type tackle. That's a red card all day, innit? A yellow card's given. Shocking decision. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. Seems to be happening quite a lot to Celtic players just now. So, we've got a couple of minutes to go. We're in the 94th minute. Motherwell get a corner. You're saying to yourself, clear this and we've won the game. But we don't clear it and Spittle gets his goal from a corner kick in the 94th minute. What was your thoughts then, John?
My thoughts was, I'll tell you exactly what my thoughts were. I turned it off.
Did you?
I turned it off. Blair Spittle
did
puts
we?
the ball in the net and I see them celebrating like they've won the World Cup. And I was like, it's 95 minutes because there's 5 minutes added on, isn't there? There's 5 minutes added on. It's 95 minutes and 9 seconds or something like that. It's like, last kick of the ball. I do not believe what I'm seeing here. And I turned it off. I'll just be honest with you, I turned it off. I was sick. I thought, we're going to take centre. And that's it. It's finished.
Right.
But I was aware, sorry, Xander, I was aware that Greg Taylor had been doing injured for a minute or two. So in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking there is still a couple of minutes left here, maybe a minute. But what's the chances he's getting a winner? I get a text from my dad. I was at you. I can't remember who sent the text. I can't remember who sent that text, but it was you. The best way to win it or something.
Aye.
I think that was the message you sent. And I was like, he's not getting much away here. The best way to win it. And I was like, did Motherwell win it? Is that a sarcastic one? And I switches it on just to see. And sure enough, the Celtic fans are Celtic players are celebrating in front of the fans. I was like, you beauty, man. You absolute beauty. 2-1. I'm sorry I didn't actually keep it on because I thought they were going to take centre and that was it. But it wasn't.
No, I thought there was a couple of minutes left, John, and I watched it to the end. So what happened was the man they tried to cripple, Taylor, crosses
I've seen the goal, Xander. I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, crosses a beautiful ball straight to Motherwell at the back post, sticks it away, and they celebrate with the Celtic fans who run onto the park to celebrate with the players. Brilliant scenes, brilliant result. Final whistle goes. We've won the game 2-1. You know, one of the best endings, like I said earlier, one of the best endings to a game I've saw in a long, long time. You know, to score in the 96th minute to get that winner, puts us 7 points clear with Rangers still to play Aberdeen at Ibrox, another home game I might add. I was overjoyed, loved every minute of it, and the Celtic fans loved it too. Did you see them coming out to the park and celebrating with the players?
They did that with the first goal as well, just a few spilled onto behind the goal.
I think it was a tit for tat thing, wasn't it? The Motherwell Celtic fans done it, and then the Motherwell fans done it, and then the Celtic fans did it at the end.
It was the Motherwell fans, but that was that wee section in the corner. I think they called them ultras or something. A couple of wee boys with a flag and wearing black jackets. That's their ultras. No disrespect to Motherwell fans. I thought they kind of cheered their team on all day. But what an ending to the game. But like I say, I went on to YouTube and watched the wee short highlights compilation that was added after it. Obviously, I seen the goal. What a finish for Mattarelli. Beautiful wee floated chip for Greg Taylor into the back post. Mattarelli on the volley. Sweet as you like. Ecstasy.
The perfect way to pay back your 5-year contract, isn't it?
Exactly, aye. Beautiful. A beautiful moment. I mean, it's got a wee reminder of Ross County a couple of seasons ago, Anthony Ralston scoring in the 7th minute injury time. Mind that?
That's right. It was similar to that, wasn't it?
Aye. Oh, it was great. Listen, Cloud9, I mean, You imagine if you drop points the other day. If you drop 2 points and that finished a draw and Rangers get beat 3-1, you'd be sick with that.
You see, that's when I remember I was saying to you a few podcasts ago that you're better to play your game first because it puts the other team under pressure. So it was over to Ibrox after we win our game, over to you Rangers, see what you can do with the pressure, and they failed miserably. So I don't know anything that happened in the game, John. I haven't got a clue. I just know what the final score was.
All I can tell you is I watched it. Like I said, I got a wee text message from my dad. I basically switched it on to watch it because it was 2-0. Again, it was another text they sent that gave didn't give much away. Just said 2-0. I didn't know who it was to. But I switched it on because normally he doesn't send me messages if Rangers is winning,
Mm-hmm.
And I switched it there. It was 2-0. Rangers. As soon as I switched, I seen the blue seats, loads of empty seats at that point. I think it was about 70 minutes into the game. 70 minutes, 75, something like that. Then Rangers scored. As soon as I switched it, Rangers scored. And then 12 minutes at injury time. 12 minutes. But what I seen the Rangers, they never created nothing apart from the goal that they scored when I switched it. Aberdeen got their third goal, and that was it. Game over, and the boos were ringing out around the stadium. It was again fair play to the Rangers fans who stayed behind to boo the team.
Was it quite loud? Was it?
Oh, aye. I mean, the stadium, the camera looks at one of the stands, and that was all just basically blue seats into injury time. Just blue seats, a couple of fans, but the ones in the main stand, they stayed behind to boo the team like proud Rangers fans. So fair play to them.
Aye, proud. So what does that mean for their manager, Beale? What's next in line for him, do you think? Do you think they'll get the European game and then see how that goes?
I don't know. This team they're playing, I've never heard of them. Limassol, is it? They're playing, it's an away game. I thought it was a home game, but they're actually away. 5:45 kickoff. If Beale loses that, I don't think he'll get sacked. But then again, he's 7 points behind Celtic. Is it 7 games we've played in the league now?
Aye.
7 games into the season, he's 7 points behind. It's no great as it's under. I don't really care what happens to him. I hope, like I said to you before, I hope they keep him because I don't rate him anyway. But don't know.
The way I look at that, John, is that the longer they keep Beale in charge, the better it is for us because they'll just keep dropping points with him in charge.
Aye, if they're playing Aberdeen every week, us, because I think Aberdeen's one of the only teams that actually gives them a half decent game.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it with Livingston, we've seen it with Motherwell. Where was that fight with Motherwell, by the way, when they played them?
It just wasn't there, was it?
Well, I mean,
it's never there. It's never there when they play Rangers. But Motherwell battled hard today, but they never done that against Rangers last week.
Well, that's Stuart Kettlewell. Is that another Rangers supporting manager, do you think?
Who knows, John? There's a few in the league, isn't there?
Because, look, I don't care what anybody says, Xander. He sent his players out there to injure Celtic players today.
Mm-hmm.
I've no doubt about
way,
that.
Didn't it? It looked that way.
And his players weren't caring about what they done to Hatate either. That kick in the face, that guy just walking away for that disgusted me, by the way. More than the tackle on Taylor and more than the one on Maeda. That guy just walked away for that. As if, go at you, don't care.
They've done what they've been asked to do, basically.
Aye. That's just the Motherwell players, no all of them, of course, but their antics were disgusting today, to be honest with you. And all the time wasting they were doing. That keeper Kelly crawling about, walk from one side of the 6-yard box to the other, as if he's got the weight of the world on his mind, tiptoeing, just totally wasting time and annoying you. And that is their tactics, parting the bus. But they got what they deserved in the end, if you ask me. They got exactly what they deserved. Give them a wee bit of hope with a wee goal that they got, and then sickened them. That's the way it should be, and that was great. I loved every second of that. The last 10 minutes was amazing.
Yeah, totally agree. Aye. All right, John, we'll move on to our individual player scorings, 1 to 10. Starting with Scott Bain. I'm going to just right off the bat, I'll give Scott Bain a 7.5, sorry. because I thought he kept us in the game at one point. Pulled off saves when he had to. He sort of commanded his box. Did he do anything wrong? There's absolutely nothing he could do but the goal. It was a nice wee finish, if I'm being honest. So 7.5 out of 10 for Scott Bain.
Listen, there was a wee spell in the game when Motherwell applied quite a bit of pressure to us in that game. And Scott Bain, he had more than one decent save. So for me, I'll give Scott Bain a 7. I thought he did good. He did, like he says, he never did anything wrong, but he doesn't actually fill me with confidence. But just with his height, I think it is. But the day, I thought he had a great game. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10.
Fair enough, mate. Left back, Greg Taylor. Lucky to walk off the park, if I'm being honest. With the tackle on him. I thought he was, again, another good get. That's 3 good games in a row we Greg Taylor's had. He's getting better as every game goes on. 7.5 as well. 7.5 out of 10 for Greg.
Again, I think wee Taylor was the target again today. That stopped for a couple of weeks, players targeting Taylor, but it seems to be back. He had a good game. I'm going to give Greg Taylor I'm going to put him alongside Scott Bain, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, fair dues.
And like he says, he was very lucky to walk off the park.
Yeah, he was. All right, mate. Alistair Johnson, just steady hand again. Steady Eddie, no problem. Done well in the game. Did what we had today. That's a tough one. 7.5 again. 3 7.5s in a row. 7.5 out of 10 for Alistair for me.
Look, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about Alistair Johnson. I thought he had a half decent game. Same as the rest of the defenders. I'll just go 7 again.
All right, mate. Lagerbielke, sorry. Thought he was a bit sloppy today. That's why he came off, I think. Don't know, but 6 out of 10.
Aye, I'm going to agree with you there. I do think he didn't have his best game, but he was all right. He never did anything drastic. He never, I don't know. Like you say, sometimes he looks a bit lethargic, and I think that's the way he looked today. And I'm going to just agree with you and say 6 out of 10. In fact, if I'm giving Greg Taylor a 7, I don't think Lagerbielke, as we need to call him, I don't think he was anywhere near as good as what Greg Taylor was. So I'm going to say 5.5 for Gustav.
All right, mate. Fair enough. Scales, another solid performance. 8.5 for me.
Big Scalesy. He's the man of the moment just now, isn't he? He's seems to be everywhere. And what I love about Scales, he does the right thing all the time. He had a wee moment today where he misplaced I think he was trying to header it back or something like that, and it went wrong for him. But apart from that, he's a good old-fashioned defender. He does the right thing at the right time, and I'm giving Scalesy an 8.5 today.
Yeah, same as me. All right, mate. I played well. McGregor and next into it. McGregor in the centre of the park. 7.5 out of 10 for me. Just did what he had today. Sort of bossed that midfield. Never put a foot wrong, I don't think. Yeah, 7.5 for me.
Another 7.5.
That's about 4, isn't it?
I think I've given 4 7s. Cal Mack, I think he just did the captain's job, didn't he? Just dictating, playing the middle of the park. Never really put a foot wrong, McGregor. I'm going to go with you, 7.5.
Okay, mate. Fair enough. Fatati, just gave him a straight score. Came off, substituted. But done okay, I thought. Done pretty well. Looked okay. Got booted in the face, obviously. 7 out of 10 for me for Hatati.
I'll know hang about when it comes to Hatati. A wee couple of wee iffy moments, I think, today. Got to remember the boy's just back. He's just also signed a new contract, which is great. 6.5 out of 10 for Hatati today. Didn't have his greatest game.
Okay. Matt Riley scores the winning goal. last kick of the ball practically sends us all into heaven. I'm going to give Matt 8.5 out of 10.
I thought Big Matt had a good game today. Look, he deserves high marks just for that winner alone. Because it wasn't for Matt, I mean, we'd all be sitting here feeling sick, you know. So I'm going to give Big Matt O'Reilly an 8 out of 10 today. I think skills kind of pipped him a wee bit there.
Okay, mate. Wingers, Dies and Maida didn't have as good a game as had the last couple. I thought they're still done well. Dyson. 7 out of 10 for Dyson.
He looked he wasn't doing as much chasing back the days what he normally does. Maybe he's tired. Maybe he's trying to keep himself good for the game against Lazio, Xander, you know. Maybe didn't want to get injured or anything, but he was very, very lucky to get away from there without some kind of damage with that tackle for O'Donnell. Is it O'Donnell his name is?
I don't know why.
Maybe he was trying to keep himself good for the European game. I don't know. But Dyson, for what it didn't chase back as much. I'm going to give Dyson a 6.5 today.
Okay, mate. And on the right, we had Yang. We've already spoke about Yang. Just need a score. I'll give him 5 out of 10.
Well, he's getting took off at half time explains it all, didn't it, really? I'll go the same, 5.5.
All right, mate. Young Kyogo. It's again similar to last week. Didn't get his goal, but done all his chasing down. You know, I don't know. It's hard to judge with Kyogo because he works really, really hard, but he didn't get his goal. He worked his heart out again. 6.5 out of 10 for Kyogo for me.
I didn't have his greatest game of the day, to be honest with you. Yeah, that wee touch in the box, can't remember who played the ball through it, he brings it down with his heel. Nice wee touch, but it was unlucky there not to get a finish on that. But other than that, he really didn't have much in front of goal, did he? Shooting chances or anything.
No.
6 out of 10.
It's hard when there's 10 men in the box, isn't it? When there's 10 Motherwell players in the box.
It is hard. It is hard. But he did try doing his shutting down as usual and all that. I'm giving Kyogo a 6 out of 10 today. I'm not going to show many favouritism or anything here. 6 out of 10 for Kyogo today.
All right, mate. Quickly on the substitutes. Do I spend too much time on the subs? But Palmer, obviously, I'm going to give a 7 because he's goal. And he done well when he came on as well. 4 out of 10. Again, just doesn't impress me just now anyway. Who else was it that came on? Turnbull, 5 out of 10. What do you think, John? The three players.
When I watched the goal on YouTube again, the winning goal, I seen Celtic fan wrapped around Big O's waist. And they were celebrating behind the goals. He's obviously cuddling a Celtic fan. He's got his legs wrapped around on everything. That was the best thing he'd done in the game for me. 4 out of 10. Turnbull. Didn't have much time to impress. 5 out of 10. And Palmer for his goal. Didn't have much time to impress again, but he did impress when he came on, didn't he? He got his goal.
He did. Aye.
7 out of 10 for Palmer for his goal.
I think he's going to be a player, John, just to interrupt you there. I think he's going to be a player for us. I think he's lacking in pace, I think, but he's got something.
I don't know if he's lacking in pace, Sander. I think it's a fact when teams play like that, just 10-man defence, you don't really get a chance to use your pace, if you know what I mean. You get a wee chance for a wee bust for 5 yards and then you've got another 3 defenders on you. So they made it hard for any Celtic players to use their pace. That's probably why Maida didn't get a standout game today, you know.
Because he's an upgrading Haksabanovic anyway, so
without doubt.
Aye.
Without doubt.
Oh, and one more player, sorry, John. Phillips. I thought Phillips done okay. 6 out of 10.
Steady hand at the back, comes on. Doesn't do anything wrong, really. Aye, 6.5.
Okay, that wraps up the scores. That's fair enough. Sort of between the the 6 and 8 into it. They're nothing, no nines this week, no 9.5s. But we got the
If I
job
was to
done. We
give
got
you
the
well, if you're going to look at it as a performance for the whole team, you're saying there's no nines or 9.5. It's no top scores, a couple of 8.5s maybe. If you're going to score the whole team, they're trying to break down that defence, Sander. And you know what it was like. We all watched it. Everybody watched it. I wasn't expecting that for Motherwell. Which brings us out to the next point. It's a score I predicted was 4-2 because I was expecting a lot of goals. I didn't get that right. But the Celtic team as a whole, I'd give them probably 7.5 out of 10.
No.
For
That
trying
seems a
all
bit
day
that.
to break that garbage down, try to break that. I hate that defending like that. But they did it and they got us all the result we're over them anyway. But aye. 7.5 out of 10 for the whole team for me today.
Who was your man of the match?
Man of the match, Liam Scales.
Yeah, I'll go with O'Reilly.
It's
he played
what
well.
it's like. Aye, well, it's either O'Reilly or Liam Scales just seems to be winning the man of the match every week with us.
Aye. I'll go with O'Reilly. You go with Scales. Two of them played brilliant today.
Aye,
In fact,
that
was the two players that got the highest score, wasn't it? All right, mate. I'll bring up a couple of comments, right? Just a couple of the day because we've run on to 30, 40 minutes. It's got this one here for the pork chop. It's a quality name, isn't it? The pork chop.
Aye, I could go be pork chop,
Yeah,
But
I
if I've seen that boy in the channel,
I could go a couple of pork chops, but anyway. Too many expecting too much this early in the season. Now we're a few games in and we can relax a wee bit as the team look to be getting better every game. Yeah, we said that in the last podcast, didn't we? That teams begin to gel a wee bit, and there we were in trouble today and we pulled it out of the fire. We got the result. So I agree with the pork chop. The team is definitely playing better, begin to gel, and we can all relax a wee bit.
aye, no, he's right at the start of the season. He's no right, and he is right in a sense. No, with me anyway. It's with me at the start of the season. I wasn't expecting anything. To be honest with you, when Rodgers came back and Ange left behind a team, a champions, and then I was thinking, how are these players going to get on playing a totally different brand of football under Rodgers? So I wasn't expecting much. Me personally, I wasn't expecting much. Expected Celtic to do well in the season, right enough, but at the start of the season, I wasn't expecting to click straight away. And then it did click. And I had confidence in Brendan Rodgers because he's a top class manager, isn't he? And he's got the Celtic team playing the way I like to see Celtic playing just now. It's no his fault that Motherwell played with a 10-man defence today. But I kind of agree with Pork Chop a wee bit. I disagree with the start. He says expected too much. Well, I certainly didn't. You've got to give managers a chance. It was the same when Ange joined. I says, give the guy a chance. He's been successful everywhere he's been. I don't see why he shouldn't be successful at Celtic, and I was right.
Yeah, I agree with Pork Chop as well. But I'm the same as you. I knew it was going to take time for the team to settle. It wasn't going to just happen overnight. But I do agree that the team's playing a lot better. We can all relax a wee bit now. Okay, mate, next. Make this the last point, in fact. This is from User XC. User XC says, great chat, lads. We will take Motherwell apart on Saturday for nothing. Hail, hail, keep the faith. That brings us on to the score predictions, doesn't it, John?
Do you know what? I'll tell you what, I didn't get my score prediction right, but I got that right. I knew exactly where that was leading. I just says right after this, he's going to mention the score prediction. I predicted 4-2, right? It was a bit of kind of. My prediction was based on past games and Motherwell's apparent good form now. I thought they were going to come out and have a go at Celtic, and I thought Celtic were going to expose them by banging in a few goals. I got it totally wrong. They parked the bus. The worst type of football you can ever watch. kick players up in the air, tried to cripple Celtic players. I got it totally wrong with my 4-2. But you, on the other hand, another last kick of the ball winner.
Whether it's the last minute or the first minute, they all count. No, I was looking at it too. I did predict 2-1, right? But that game was never looking like a 2-1, was it? I mean, it was at the 84th minute the first goal was scored.
It was never looking like a 4-2 either.
No, but
it was looking like a draw. That game.
It was, aye.
But you got the prediction right, Xander. Well done. You jumped 4-2 in the lead, and I'm thankful that you got it right. Just an amazing day, to be honest with you, for Celtic. I think let's just hope Celtic push on for here and don't sit back and just rely on that 7 points, keeping them. You know, they can chip away at it. We can afford a draw here. We can afford a draw there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want Celtic doing that. You want to push for wins every single game. Get the league put to bed as early as possible. But listen, well done in your predictions, Xander. That's you jumped 4-2 in front.
Cheers, Rod. But Brendan will not let that happen. You know, it's going to be focus every game, every single game. So Rangers lose 3-1 the day at Ibrox. We win 2-1 at Fir Park. We'll park the 7 points clear for just now, John, and we'll have a wee couple of minutes talk on Wednesday night's game. Lazio at Celtic Park. It's a different story there, isn't it?
Completely different story. But I think that wee win, it's not going to do the confidence any harm, is it? That wee late win there.
No, it's definitely not going to do. It's not going to do any harm, no.
But Lazio is a different story altogether. This is a class outfit. So, but they've not been on the best form recently. We can only hope that Celtic show up. They're in the mood. Champions League anthem starts. Fans go mad. It puts Celtic into overdrive. You just don't know. But due a win in the Champions League.
They did beat Torino in midweek 2-0. So they finally got a win. But the form before that was really poor, you know, draws and defeats. And obviously they play AC Milan this weekend.
Aye,
and
well,
as it stands, that game's at 1-0 to AC Milan in the 73rd minute. So they're getting beat with AC Milan right now.
Aye, that's good. That's good. Let's hope that continues. Maybe a 3-4-0 to AC Milan. Put Lazio in a wee bit of a downer. Come to Celtic Park, hot atmosphere. Last time they came, we conquered.
Well, that's all you can hope for, isn't it, John? That's all we can hope for. A good display and a good result. Get some points on that Champions League board. All right, mate, we'll leave it there, right, for the night. Ecstatic, really ecstatic with the day's games, not just the Celtic game, the Rangers result as well. To go 7 points clear this early in the season, loving every minute of it.
I was just blew. I was just going to say, Xander, St Mirren blew a chance to get further ahead of Rangers as well by drawing the day with Kilmarnock.
Oh, did they?
Aye. So St Mirren could have been a few points ahead of them as well, you know. But they still are. They're still 3 points ahead of them, I think.
Yeah, and surely, don't call me Shirley, but surely they have got a couple of away games coming up next. They've had about 4 home games in a row.
Aye, well, I've not looked into the away games for any other teams or whatever. Right now, I'm only focusing on Celtic. And a wee update on Angie's new team. Just before we go. Half time.
Yeah.
Spurs 1. Liverpool 1. It was a red card for Liverpool in, I think, 25 minutes. Can't mind the player who gets sent off. But that's a wee update on the score for you.
All right, mate. And just one more thing before we go. We're getting to sound like Columbo. Just one more thing. Rangers play St Mirren on Sunday, I think it is. And we've got Kilmarnock at home. But we're looking too far ahead. We'll do a wee preview of the Lazio game on Wednesday. All right, John, thanks for coming on tonight. I appreciate that. I know we went on a wee bit tonight, but there was a lot to get through there. So I appreciate that, John. Thanks very much for coming on, buddy.
Cheers, Xander. All the best, and I'll speak to you next time. Hail, hail, mate.
Hail, hail, John. Thank you.